Good morning, Tex. What a lovely day it is in Beijing. Ni hao ma.
And how? Ni hao yourself, Your Highness. What shall we discuss today? Would you like to talk about the United Kingdom today?
No. And it is a queendom, can't you see? Silly Tex.
Would you like to talk about the Ireland?
No.
Portugal? Italy? Greece? Spain? Wink wink. Nudge nudge wink wink.
No, no, no. No.
Would you like to talk about the European Union?
Please, spare me the European Union.
Would you like to talk about the two Koreas?
Not at all.
Lovely day.
Since we are here, I would like to talk about China.
I like China a lot. China buys my debt. My debt buys factories in China. The factories in China employ Chinese people to make plastic toys, made of lead, for my children to eat. Chinese people are thus employed, and will grow into a middle-class consumer society just like us. And Chinese consumer demand will stimulate the global economy, and everything is going to be all right. Thank goodness for the practical Chinese.
Are you sure?
No.
Do the Chinese still buy your debt?
Well, not anymore. They buy gold and silver instead. Instead, they sell our debt in secret, by exchanging it for Greek debt, debt that is now backed by the European Union. They use the Greek back door.
Please, spare me the European Union. Does America still buy factories in China?
No, not anymore. We can barely keep our own factories running. In fact, we had to bail out our biggest factories, our car companies. Government Motors just had to do an IPO, in order to raise even more money.
How is that IPO going?
Well, I am glad we have the plunge protection team in place, stimulating the US economy with the quantitative easing. That way, Joe the plumber will not panic. We do not want panic, because then Joe the plumber will buy silver and crash JP Morgan. Max Keiser told me. And I saw the videos at crashjpm.com. But I trust JP Morgan and the plunge protection team. If they can keep the price of silver and gold suppressed for decades, then they can keep the price of government motors up just high enough, and just long enough for me to collect my bonus and my options, and I can sell all my stock that cost me nothing, and do it just in time. Ha ha. Queenie, would you like to play musical chairs?
Only if I really must. I'm old and slow and unlikely to get a chair when the music stops, so I need to get a head start. But do you seriously think the Chinese middle class is growing and will buy houses that cost 14 years of their entire salary? In Beijing now, that is the cost of housing. But some people also insist on also eating and staying warm. So it will take even longer than that before they consume like you. Have you been to the brand new city of Ordos in Lower Mongolia?
No.
Oh, you should go. It is lovely and empty.
Empty?
Yes, quite empty. It was built to house millions, but it is quite empty. It is very peaceful there.
Oh dear. Maybe it isn't going to be all right after all. Maybe the carefully engineered Chinese economy will look a lot like this carefully engineered bird nest building. Tangled and empty. Maybe the Chinese consumer class will take a long time to develop, or not develop at all, because they are not free. Oh dear.
Would you like a cup of tea, dear?
I'll take a whole tea party, please. It makes economic disaster so much easier to swallow.
It's Chinese green. You need to start getting used to it anyway, Tex.
Is there anything we can do to avoid economic disaster, other than to drink green tea and have tea parties?
No. I certainly can't help. My queendom is bankrupt. And we have to import all our tea. But are you so sure Joe the plumber is wrong? If we crash JP Morgan, buying silver, at least we will get it all over with much sooner, and there will be less time for the JP Morgan and the Goldman Sachs and the HSBC, and the Fed, and the AMBAC and the RIG, and the LBMI, and the comics, to fleece the herd. Oh, I mean loyal subjects. It is all the rage among the jet set, don't you know? They have been buying physical gold and silver for years. Don't you remember that charming British girl Olivia Newton-John? Did you think "Let's Get Physical" was about dancercising your way to health? Silly Tex. It was about silverizing your way to wealth.
I'm sold. Queenie, let's get physical.
Oh Tex, you are adorable.